Indecision. Hi there, I'm Julie Turner, julieturner.ca, and I'm here today for your Wednesday weekly reading. So strangely enough, I was shuffling the Muse deck. Where are they now? The Muse deck, which I like to do before I come on here and just get an idea of where to start. So what popped out was the Two of Voices. And the Two of Voices comes up when we are stuck maybe in limbo, when we are being indecisive about things. And sometimes it's relevant, sometimes it's kind of hard to make a decision, but often we need to look at why am I having a hard time making this decision? Sometimes it's a super simple decision. And in the background, it's because I have to stick to this decision. And that's just not true. In some cases it is, but I think all too often we apply that theory to everything. We are deciding if we want to go on a date with somebody or not. It's not the last decision you're ever going to make. You can not go on another one. That's fine. Buying a new car. You know what? Likely you're going to get another car. Don't worry about it. It's not like the last decision you're ever going to make. So I'm just going to put this back into my world for a second. I had a conversation with my website guy yesterday, and I had asked him to do some changes recently. And one of the changes is I want to add intuitive to my website. So I've got coaching and hypnosis, but no matter what I do, I use intuition to move forward. So I'm like, let's just call it what it is. I'm going to put intuitive on my website. And I called him yesterday to say, hey, what's going on? And he said, I've been waiting for you to change your mind. And I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, I've been waiting for you to just go whole hog. He didn't use those words. I don't know why I'm using them now. Into being intuitive. He's like, why are you dabbling in this? Just own it and move forward with it. And I thought that was really interesting for my website guy to suggest to me, but he's correct. So in future, I'll be moving forward with that. Now, back to the cards. This is all about indecision. And when I was looking at this card, I'm like, okay, so what are some reasons that people can't decide on things? And I think that we stay in this limbo because we don't really look at the true possible outcomes of the situation. So really, at the end of the day, when we are indecisive about something, it's often because we fear failing at it. But what does that even mean? What does that even look like? Is failure in whatever the decision is that you're trying to make, is failure really that final? Is it really that worrisome? Is it really something to stop you from moving forward, whatever that case may be? So the other card that jumped out at the same time was the Empress. So the Empress is the mothering card. It's healing, it's self-love, it's all of those nurturing type of characteristics. Now, some of you may or may not have had a nurturing, healing type of mother, but think about the archetype of the mother. Think about, who you wish was there to give you a hug and support you, and realize that energy is still there. That energy is still, but it's within you. So when you're having a hard time making these decisions, and if failure is a factor in it, really think long and hard. What's my worst case scenario? And again, sometimes this doesn't apply. Sometimes the decisions are huge. I'm not saying to apply it to every decision, but a lot of us are stuck in these really small, insignificant decisions. You're not even going to remember that you made it next year. So you need to nurture yourself. You need to give self-care in this situation and understand that you'll be okay, and that, have your own back, if that makes sense. Have your own back. All right, I'm going to move on with guidance as to what to do when you are stuck in indecision. And now that you've realized that you've got your mothering side, it's within you, and you can actually care for yourself, and stop saying things like, you'll never be able to do this in the back of your head. That's your negative self-talk, and we need to change that. If you need help changing your negative self-talk, please talk to me. I'm happy to help you. All right, So what is our guidance card today, along with the Indecision and the Empress? It's not the Indecision, it's the Two of Voices. So whatever that means to you guys, Two of Voices is air signs. So maybe you are an air sign. Maybe you're a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, or possibly you're dealing with a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. Or if you're being indecisive, possibly you're dealing with more than one. And that's where your issues are coming from. So what is the guidance along with that? Okay, so we've got the Swan Queen. The Swan Queen, which it says transformation, intuition, and patience. So utilizing your intuition. Let's go back to the indecisive, the not being able to make a decision between two things or three things or whatever. How many of you actually check in with yourself instead of in your mind? Not in your mind. Don't go to your thought processes of like, well, it could be this and it could be that. Whatever the situation is, think about it. Maybe even write it down and look at that sentence. And when you do that, what does your body tell you? Does your body feel good? Does your body say, yeah, like that's a good idea? Or does your body like cringe? And sometimes our body is excited. And if you're used to being in having a little bit more anxiety, excitement and anxiety feel the same way. Learn how to interpret your own feelings, emotions, and literal feelings. Use your intuition. Have patience with yourself. Again, back to the Empress, the nurturing, the mothering. Have patience with yourself and know that try not to get stressed about decisions that you're making right now. I feel like a lot of people out there are just like, they're almost angry with themselves because they're not capable of moving forward at that exact moment. And instead of putting the energy into how you feel and what you're thinking, you've got all this energy into how angry you are for your current situation. That's not helpful. Anger, just like every other emotion, is relevant and it's a good emotion. However, don't stay stuck in it. Don't stay stuck in your emotions, whatever they are. You don't own them, just allow them to come and go. All right, so whose energy do we need to draw from to make sure that you're going to be able to comfortably move forward with these decisions and treat yourself with respect and kindness, nurturing, self-love. Have patience. We are all, literally our world is transforming right now, and people talk about that a lot right now, but honestly our world is always transforming. So this is just a very obvious transformation, and it's obvious to the whole world, where forever since the world began it's been transforming. So don't kid yourself that that's new and terrifying, because it's not. It just is. We're always transforming. So we need to start dealing with it and realizing that is the norm. It's just that everybody's transforming right now. Not ideal. All right. Oh, well. This is what I just said, literally. So what energy do we need to be in? We need to be in the energy of understanding cycles and rhythms. So it says here, honor the cycles of your body and your energy and your emotions. Again, I love the cards. The cards are so good to me because they just say, yeah, you're right. Just say that again. So I'll just say that again. Give yourself patience, time, nurturing, self-love. Understand that we go through cycles in our lives. Don't get stuck in the emotions. Respect your emotions. Be aware of your emotions and reflect on them, but do not get stuck in them. If you would like a personal reading, whereas I talk to just specifically you, then please reach out to me, julieturner.ca. You can book an appointment there. I do half-an-hour readings or full readings, whatever makes sense to you. Just a side note, I'm thinking of starting something and I'm not really sure how to do it. So if anybody out there is watching and goes, oh, I know how to do that, that'd be awesome. Please reach out. What I'd like to do is somehow be able to offer sessions that are anonymous to the person. So what I'm realizing, I do a psychic hotline out of Australia, and it's anonymous, of course. I don't know who these people are. They call, they ask me questions. The questions that they're asking me, I'm really grateful that they're getting me because they are in my area of expertise. Maybe that's the universe sending them to me. I don't know. Actually, I do know it. It's totally the universe sending them to me. Anyway, they don't have to tell me who they are. I don't know them. I don't ever see them. And yet they get the support that they need. So I'd like to set that up somehow so that people can have a conversation with me where they can ask whatever questions they want. Imagine you're frustrated at work, and because you have the forethought that I don't want to take this frustration home and take it out on my family, who can I call? Who can I get some clarity? You can call me. But you don't have to tell me who you are. So I don't know how that works. I don't know what that's going to look like. But if you guys have an idea, that would be fabulous. Other than that, reach out for your reading or your hypnotherapy session, whatever works for you. Thank you so much for your time, and I will see you next week. Bye for now.